What is a good word, everybody? Tiger727 back with a quick VR for Hugo over at Signs of the Pastime. He's asking us to show our favorite card that we picked up this year. Um, I'm sure most people already know of Hugo's channel that watch my channel. But fun to watch. Lives in the Lakeland, Florida area as far as I know. And always does some cool different venues, different ballparks, interesting stories. So due to the fact that he's in the Lakeland area, obviously I've taken an interest to that because that's where the Tigers spring training facility is. It's been there for many, many years, I think since the 50s. And so, yeah, he just asked us to show our favorite card that we picked up in 2023. For me, it's between three, and each one has a different little meaning to me for various reasons. First one I'll show, and I think these are I'll show them in the order that I got them, and then I'm going to pick my favorite of the three. And picked this up actually when I was on vacation back in the spring. It was an online purchase. Always wanted this card. It was just one of those cards that I never thought I could afford. Whether I was a kid or since I've been, in the last 5 to 10 years of following more Hall of Famers and stuff like that. Just a card I thought I'd never have. So that was a huge add to my collection. And second, this has more of a, I don't want to say sentimental, but I guess it kind of is. And you've seen these before, and you've seen all three of these cards I'm going to show. But I've talked about it, seen a trammel of the Desert Shield in my friend's card store, and I think I eventually bought that trammel or a different one. But way back in the early 90s, just when these cards came out, and they were so far out of my range money-wise. And now I'm actually able to pick up some of the Hall of Famers, obviously this one being Rickey Henderson. Great card, great image, great player, and just one of those cards that I never thought I'd be able to own, especially when I started chasing this Desert Shield set. I figured this would be one of the last purchases that I make, but found a price on this that I could not pass up, and says it's a 5. To me, it looks better than a 5, but doesn't really matter to me a whole lot. Happy to have it. And of course, there's got to be a Tiger in here. And you guys just recently saw this card, but probably one of my favorite Tiger cards. And I mentioned this before, I have it in my complete set, but I wanted it graded for my 77 top set and team set. So obviously I got that. Just a great looking Willie Horton. Great hometown guy. Bounced around the league a little bit towards the end of his career. But so I guess out of these three, obviously the Tigers are my team. But just the meaning behind these Desert Shield cards and where they came from, I'm going to have to say this is probably my favorite pickup of the year. For those who have not watched my previous videos, 91 tops. Obviously the era of the Desert Storm, and you see the gold shield at the top. These cards were issued to soldiers over in either Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia. I think there was only 20,000 of each handed out, if I remember right from the reading I've done a while back. So who knows how many of these cards made it back and the condition they made it back. And you just think for the ones that, obviously did make it back, were they at the bottom of a green duffel bag, buried amongst, other military clothing, and the condition that they may or may not have come back in because they're at the bottom of a duffel bag, or who knows where, military planes, vehicles, middle of the desert somewhere. This is one of those cards, and this is one of those sets that you wish there was, you knew the story attached to it. And where it came from and who had it and where they were at when it was issued to them. Just stuff you'd love to hear. But Probably impossible. You know, except for the guys that still have theirs, or if they sold it to somebody directly that they know, they might know the story. But so yeah, I'm gonna go with this Ricky Henderson Desert Shield 91 Topps Desert Shield card as my favorite pickup from 2023. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. Hugo, I really enjoy your channel. For those that don't know Hugo's channel, I highly recommend you check it out. Always some fun and interesting stuff. So that's all I have. We'll talk to y'all later.